While you're watching TVC Breakfast, it's time for us to see the headlines across Nigerian newspapers today. And let's begin with the first news. That's where we start from this morning. Sorrow, tears, blood as terrorists kill 50 in Ondo church. That is what first news there has. Okay. From there, let's go to the Punch newspaper. Gunmen disguised as worshippers massacre over 35 in Ondo church. Right. That's still part of what happened yesterday in Ondo State. This Nigeria is next, or was Sunday tragedy? Murder in the cathedral. How gunmen from hell massacred, injured over 100 worshippers in Ondo church. Okay, this is putting the number of the dead and those who were wounded together. From there, let's go to Daily Times. Daily Times says Black Sunday in Ondo, scores killed as terrorists attack church in Akeredolu's hometown. Right, that's Daily Times. News Direct is next. An outrage over bandits' attack on Owo Catholic Church. That is what News Direct has. This has been a debate and still a source of outrage across the country from all of the comments that we have been receiving and seeing. Twitter has gone agog with this story and all of that. Now let's move on to Blueprint newspaper that talks about politics. In Make or Mar presidential convention today, 2,340 delegates determine Osinbajo, Tinubu, Fayemi, Amechi, others' fate. Right? It's the convention of the APC commences or starts today, or holds today. So let's move to the Nation newspaper. Consensus candidates, our best option. Buhari insists APC will win in third straight time. That is what the Nation newspaper has here. Daily Sun, decision day in APC. 6 southern aspirants in fierce battle against Lawan, Osinbajo, Onu, Umahi, Tinubu, Amechi, and Wajuba fight to the finish in race for ruling party's presidential ticket. Okay, that's what Daily Sun has there. Then let's move to Daily Trust. Tinubu, Osinbajo, adamant as Southwest elders intensify consensus effort. Right, and in front of the Daily Trust, there is a breakdown of what they feel is the likely support base of the various candidates. That's the Daily Trust. From there, let's go to Leadership newspaper. 24 hours to APC convention, South yet to agree on consensus candidates. That's what the Leadership newspaper has, right? Let's go to the Enquirer. Blasphemy, anger, fear in Abuja as residents, CSOs tackle security agencies, right? The report came in of a man that was attacked because and accused of blasphemy. Really a troubling time, I must say. Business AM is next. Nigeria, Africa see steepest gain in budget. Transparency, accountability. IBP survey is bringing this up. From there, let's go to national economy. Bank customers lament as fintech-related fraud persists. Bank customers lament as fintech-related fraud persists. All right. Urge regulators to curb menace. Banks lost 2 trillion naira to fraud in 1 year. That's a lot of money. Lot of money. National economy. Business Day is here. Nigeria's next president to contend with revenue disaster. Right? Nigeria's next president to contend with revenue disaster. Okay, that's what Business Day has in there. Then on the foreign scene, let's look at Sowetan. Sowetan is a paper from Soweto in part of Johannesburg in South Africa. I am not a thief, Ramaphosa says. Says his integrity won't allow him to steal money. He fights corruption. That's what's on the front page of the Sowetan newspaper. And the president says his honesty is unshakable and pledges full cooperation with the investigation. Right now, when it comes to the fight against corruption in South Africa, in the past few years, we have seen instances where the parliament and even all the institutions of government comes really hard on seeming and the face of corruption. Former President Jacob Zuma has been accused at different times and even, jailed at a time for not honoring court orders and so on. All right, let's look at this. The issue in war, the attack, the church attack in war. There's something that comes to mind. This is not first, second, third, fourth, fifth incidences nationwide that we have seen. How these people go carry out the attack, leave, and nobody sees them. Of course, they would have walked through a community where someone would have seen some people coming together or some people walking through a community where it looks suspicious. But nothing happens until the attack happens, and then these people dissolve dissolve into thin air, and nobody sees anything.
It's also even, how will I even say it? Is it amazing now, outrageous? The marauders in this case now were said to have even attacked the church. Of course, reports say they entered the church like basic first-timers, like we usually know. So in other words, they were not even masked. Their faces were there. And you raised a valid point. So also did Sam say that where is the intelligence in all of this? Amotekun has come on board. This is the governor who has, given vocal validity now, so to speak, now to the Amotekun concept, and he has been speaking for it, telling us about the gains, and now this. I also believe that it's a strong, there may be a strong connection between attacks of this nature, of this horrendous nature, and politics, because look at also, we're all preparing now for today, Monday to Wednesday, for the primary exercise of the ruling party, and then we return from church, most of us, and then we witness this. How the society can be restored, how sanity can restore now is the big issue there. Somebody even made a description, now a tabular description of our cycle, the cycle of these things in Nigeria. A mass killing occur, and then there is the outrage, then there is the we are with you in thoughts and prayers, and then the reactions, and then it leads us back to another wave of crime. So how do we get to this point? Killings don't get resolved, crimes are there, families are grieving eternally, no closure for them. These are questions that we really need answers to.
Oh, it's a really sad thing. As I said earlier, there are a number of levels to this violence. We know of the story of spies, and these people came as spies. They were dressed as Christians because they didn't have any signature that they were foreigners. If not, people could have guessed them. So they came as Christians. So, the Christian wants to receive everybody. Want to receive everybody to the church. Indeed. So, you bring them in, you think that you are converting people, but what exactly you are doing is that you are embracing the monster. So that's what happened with that day. And this is a really sad thing. And as I also said earlier, that this is not just a blow to the church, it's a blow to federalism, because they believe that doing it in Akeredolu's house, that is his backyard, his hometown, was a way of making a statement to the governor that we are not on your side, and you have been our enemy, and we are going to come right to your home and cause mayhem and tragedy. And that is what they have done. In a sense, the federal government, Garba Shehu and his folks and his ilks and all those in the center should understand that they made this statement as though they are fighting for them. Because that's what they are. That's what they did. By attacking the man who said, we have our own sanctuaries, nobody should come there. If you come there, we have a right to flush you out. They are making a statement that, We are on the side of the argument that these people can go anywhere they want. And I also said earlier, sanctuaries. We have 2 sanctuaries now. You have the sanctuaries that they're not supposed to get to in Ondo State, and then they have their own sanctuaries in other forests across the country where nobody is coming to them to say, get out of there, kill them. Gunmen was able to go to them. If Gunmen could go to them, why can't us go to them? Why can't we go to them and flush them out? There was a story of a woman who was using her daughter and other girls as comfort women to these people. And we've seen them, if you can track them, you can arrest the woman who did it, why can't you go to the place where they are and flush them out?
Yeah.
There are also the people who have been selling, who supply them with food, water, medication on a regular basis.
And even get information to them.
That's how they tracked Osama bin Laden, because there was always somebody who was going to the house and out of the house, and the CIA was able to track the person, and they were able to find out the place where he was hidden, and then they went there and flushed him out. In this case, we know we don't want to do. That's what the situation is. And it means that we are at peace with all the deaths of children, mothers, and fathers that died today. You know, this is what one newspaper called it, Mother in the Cathedral, quoting T.S. Eliot.
Exactly.
But even T.S. Eliot's tragedy in this play was sober compared to what we saw today.
What we just saw over the weekend.
Yesterday.
It's really a terrible situation and causing an outrage across the country.